Hi guys, hi class 5, how are you doing? I hope you guys are doing fine. And how is your communication speed going on with your relatives who are far away, or your brother or sister anyway who they're studying, or your aunties, uncles, nanas, nani, and your grandparents, how are they doing? So your communication skill is okay, and your communication is also going on fine, very fast, right? So we were on this communication and modern techniques, right? So before learning the modern techniques, we must know what is into our old techniques. How did we go ahead with old things? From where did this culture come into techniques? So I had explained some parts with you. I was sharing with you, but I just want to go ahead and tell you something more about it so that it's be able for you to understand. So it will be much more easier. So I'll just come back to that part where I was so that it will be easier for you to understand. So I had told you about that Romeo Juliet thing, that if they would have had messages, they wouldn't have died or something or whatever. When the only way to talk to old friends was pen friends. I had told you about pen friends and writing letters and all. That's how it looked during the past, so how did we communicate? How did this evolution happen? How did this thing come into action? Evolution, how did it evolve out into communication? Like smoke signals. What were smoke signals in the 1500s? In the year 1500s, the used by indigenous tribes, tribes, people in the jungle used to put up smoke signals. Are actually one of the oldest forms of long distance communication. Native tribes had their own signaling systems, and soldiers in ancient China would send smoke off the Great Wall during war. Even today, nothing quite says help like sending up a smolder. If you are stuck in a jungle, if you want a plane to see you or a helicopter to see you, if you are lost somewhere, you light a fire, that smoke comes up. Everyone knows, militaries and all, they light that fire stick, and they put that fire stick in the middle of the water. If they want to see a helicopter, see if you are lying in the water, you have those fire sticks, you have fire or light, whatever that thing which is there, it helps you to understand. Smoke also says that okay, there is someone living there. Smoke is coming up, or someone must have there, someone is there, some life is there. Else how will the smoke come up like that without a person who is going to light that fire? One was that of communication, that there are people, so people used to walk around and go there and try to reach the pigeon post, used by the Romans more than 2000 years ago. Pigeon post, what is pigeons? The bird pigeon. Actually, the squawking birds were always just an accessory to cobblestone streets and street meat stands. Some of squawking birds which were found in the water and lakes, they were used to eat. People used to eat them for being sold on the streets, or people used to eat their meats rather. But thousands of years ago, pigeons were used as a mean of communication. Okay, pigeons would carry messages on tiny pieces of rolled paper in a metal canister attached to their feet. On their feet, it was bounded up, and they would be sent to the desired destination, sometimes by train, whether they could then be given a response to fly back with. They used to be sent by the train, and then they used to put in a message, they used to fly back, or they used to just let the pigeon go, and the pigeon will go to the right place where the thing is. Actually, the fun fact about this is pigeons actually have an internal compass that allows them to find their way home from thousands of kilometers away. That brain is there inside them. They have that internal compass. Wherever they go, they're going to come back. You try that. When some pigeons comes, give them some grains or give them some rice to eat, they'll fly away, they'll go back, but again they'll come back there to eat. Or if they're staying somewhere else, they'll go back there and again come back in the morning. So that's pigeon is a God gifted thing. So it's a pigeon again. Bird is a bird of peace and peace and harmony. White pigeons. So pigeons do this also in some Hindi movies, that kabutar ja 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 type things, that the pigeon takes the letter to his friend, and then the girl sees that letter and all that thing happens. So it's a significant animal, or a bird rather, not an animal. Okay, the snail mail. What was the snail mail? Earliest surviving piece of mail from 255 BC. Postal services have been around since humans learned how to write. Through the ages, transportation of snail mail has included dog sleds, donkeys, balloons and submarines. These are snail mails. They used to take long time. Dogs mail used to be put on side their back and they used to be walked and taken. They used to run and take that. Then donkeys used to take balloons. They used to be put mails into balloons and fly off the balloons to that place. Snail mail, you might get it, you might not get it. Submarines under the water, they used to take mails and reach from one place to another countries. In 2006, Canada Post delivered about 5 billion pieces of mail. In 2006, imagine in 2006 also mail was written, but nowadays mail is usually junk, useless, but it makes the receiving the rare handwriting letter all the more special. But if someone writes to me a letter, I think it's very special. Instead of sending a text, writing that, when you write, you are putting your mind into it, your total brain is into it. But when you are writing a message, okay, you are walking on the road, you are writing a message, okay, I'm coming, ta-da, one auto rickshaw hits you, or you are looking at something else, you are not in that mood, or you are not in the right attitude, but writing with your pen and putting your brain into it and thinking and wanting to share whatever you want is very important, and it's very precious in my things. But times have changed, so we can't help it. Electric telegraph was there. The first American electric telegraph was invented in 1836. Okay, and telegraph revolutionized. Actually, it's a communication by bidding goodbye to physically transport messages, which telegraph messages saying bye bye or welcome, have safe journey. So first it was formally introduced in 1830 and then 1840s. Electrical telegraph is actually used electrical substances or electrical currents sent through a long wire, sometimes spanning across oceans. It used to go through oceans also to deliver message across long distances, which we say telegram. And Morse code was developed by assigning dots and dashes, tuck, 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 tuck. And there's a dash, there's a dot, there's a dash, so you have to understand those certain letters to spell out the message. So the sound goes and the person on the other side will hear the sound, and with the sound they will write. And that is actually in the Nokia, the Nokia text message, the original text message of Nokia. If you have a Nokia old phone or other short message service, there's a tone which comes up. Okay, the tone which comes up, SMS, save my ship, or it is like that, save my ship, and SMS is called save me. In case of distress, you use an SMS. The tone was actually SMS in Morse code. Save my ship is actually, it is called. Short message service, it's called a short message service, but save my ship, people used to send that code from the seaside, from in the sea, they used to send that code, tuck, 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 or that some music comes in, and Nokia, something is there, something like that, which happens. So that was the real actual code, the Morse code, which you can understand that sound. And telephone, as you know, was invented or rather patented. It came into action in 1876. The telephone, again a Canadian legacy. The first long distance phone call was made by Alexander Graham Bell to his assistant Thomas Watson on August 1876, August 10, from Brantford, Paris to Ontario in Canada. Watson would also receive the first transcontinental phone call in 1915, where Bell said the same thing he said in 1876, Mr. Watson, come here, I want to see you. When Bell died in 1922, around 14 million telephones in the US and Canada stopped ringing for 1 minute in his memory. So that is the whole issue of the telephone. With the telephone we could talk to people and call them whenever we wanted. So it was, see how it is developing. Then came in 1992 came the first text message, your text messaging before your WhatsApp and all. And you have a message box in your phone. The first person to receive a text message was simply wished a Merry Christmas. The concept of sending short, quick messages was first proposed by a man named Friedhelm Hillerbrand in 1984. Okay. So his idea that most sentences and questions fit within 160 character lives on in today's 160 character text length and 140 character tweet length. So tweet is when you go to the Twitter app, you get 140 characters you can type at one shot, and in an SMS you can put in characters worth of 160 and it will go through. Okay, so a study estimate that 18 to 25 years old today send an average of 1914 texts a month, and that doesn't account to tons of messages sent through Wi-Fi rather than cell phone carriers. Now a mobile phone isn't necessarily a part of sending text message. Text messaging over the internet is gaining ground, like services like iMessage, WhatsApp, Facebook, which allows text to be sent over devices such as tables and iPods, also tablets and iPods. Okay, so you can send your messages from WhatsApp on your iPod or your tablets or whatever. Everything is happening everywhere so fast. So now that message thing has also gone backdated. Now then, video messaging. The first camera phone was sold in 1996 in Japan. The camera phone, okay, introducing a video calling changed the way people interact. Excuse me. Introducing of the video calling changed the way people interact these days. What was it? So I'll just come back in the next video and explain this to you, and after that I'll read, and we will keep it till there today so that you can understand and know more about it. Okay, class 5, I'm coming back in the next video. Bye bye, see you soon.